What's good? What's good? What's good? Come on in, man. Come on in. Let's talk some football right quick. I'm back at the home base today, so come on and talk to us right quick. Come on in, man. I paid for that the other day, man. That pilot was kicking my ass towards the end of the show, and I've been feeling woos ever since because pilot ain't my best friend.
No,
Ped,
man.
what's going on, man? DJ Q, what's going on, man? I see
I'm
you over there
saying,
on TikTok spinning them turntables, man.
mhm.
Jermaine, what's up, my guy? Our big bro John Higgins in the house, man. He said, "What up? What up? We got to have someone be ready for the start of OTAs. The preseason, probably the season. MPJ won't be ready. I don't think so, and I'm with you, John. I absolutely think the same exact thing. No matter what is being reported, what is coming out of people's mouths. One thing I do know, though none of us know how injuries are going to turn up. And like I said, I'm wishing no bad luck. I just keep it real, just like I always do. That's what I do. Philip, what's up, man? Mavericks
Fellas,
boy, what's good? Ron, what's up, man? What's good?
going on?
But go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, what's going on, everybody? It's that time. Pop up style, but gotta talk about this tour press conference because that's what we do. React to different things and tell you how we feel. So we want to catch back up on some things. So yeah, it's time to get into it. Said some pretty good things throughout it though. You think about it.
Yeah, man. One thing about it, man. One thing about it that I liked that what I saw, he just kept it real through the whole thing. And you like people that can keep it real, especially your quarterback, because if you can tell people that you didn't play up the standards and you got to improve, hey, you like to see it. Because at times he played okay last year, but on the back end of the schedule, he played like trash. Let's keep it real.
Mhm.
But yeah. So you ready to play that first part?
Hey man, you can go ahead and knock it out.
Yeah, so we're gonna let y'all hear like the first two questions, and we're gonna roll on out from there because I think it was pretty good interview. Even though I didn't agree with him being wherever he was, um, I'm thinking he was in Hawaii or where he from, or Florida, or he was just at home somewhere. But I would have liked to see him in Atlanta at the facility. But hey, he got things to work out. So I mean, hey, he probably still trying to move from Miami. We don't know.
I'm about to say,
But
yeah, Holmes seemed like he was. No, I mean, you never know what he could have been doing, but yeah, it seemed like he was on vacation or something. But regardless, it's all good. It's still the off season, still kind of like you said, fresh. So he could be still trying to
right,
work out things in Miami. Can you think about it? He was in Miami his whole career. Could have some businesses down there. He got attend to, or have somebody
right,
run and all that stuff like look, watch over for all that good stuff. So yeah,
yeah.
man, I
And
wasn't
it's
tripping
tough to
about it
it's
necessarily.
tough to run that kind of stuff, man. And trust me, I know. Swisher Sweets, what's up, my guy?
I didn't.
Our boy Shocker in the house, man. What's good? What's good? Like Philip say, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, man. I ain't gonna say the rest of it, but just hit that like and subscribe button. And also, if you can, like I always say, go to A1 Forever or right here on Smitty Sports Machine if you're looking for my channel. That y'all hit them super chats. But before we get going, one
scared,
more Miss Carrie.
scared.
What's good? We
Say
good. We
that.
good, man. He was actually in the Bahamas. You know, I did my FBI research. Yeah, we know you did your research, man.
Yeah,
You be
she be
searching
on it.
searching like for missing kids and things. So
Yeah, be on it.
I'm gonna
Nah,
call Carrie. Hey, if my dog go missing, I'm calling Carrie. I don't care what happened. She gonna call the FBI and they gonna jump off. But let's get into this tour thing right quick, man, because he very good interview, man. But like I said, we're gonna go through the first two questions and we can pretty much roll from there ourselves. Because we got another topic that we want to discuss that's gonna piss off a lot of y'all. This y'all know that's what we do. But we just keep it logical. But again, you got to make game changing plays and game changing moves when you have to. But let's see what Tua's talking about right quick.
Tua, welcome to Atlanta. Home team, Brandon Leak from Sports Radio 680 The Fan. Two-parter. The competitor in you, do you expect to be the starting quarterback this year? And then the second part is, what made Atlanta the right move for you with other opportunities available to you this free agent market?
Yeah, that's a good question. To answer the first one, I would say you don't choose a team based off of whether I'm going to be starting or not. I think you look at the entirety of the group, right? As I was looking at the other teams, I knew I had to compete regardless of what that was going to look like. Coming here, I kind of know Mike a little bit based off of his relationship with my little brother as they were coming out for the draft. So in that sense, I kind of got in contact with Mike and whatnot, talked with him, and moving forward from there, competition is just a thing in the NFL. I am no stranger to competition, had it in college, and I would say competition is just going to be there, and competition enhances the play of everyone that you're surrounded with. And so, last year wasn't the best year for me, and I'm looking for a fresh start, but fresh start in the sense of being able to compete, being able to go back out there and playing football, good football. And I think the best football is still ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's stop right there. Before I start, man, let's just cut the shit. Let's just keep it real. He came here because it's his best way to start. Let's keep it real, because he's seen that as an opportunity. Now, don't get me wrong. He probably could have went to Arizona. He could have battled for a position there. He could have went to the Jets and battled for a position there. But let's be real. He wanted to play with Bijan. He wanted to play with Kyle. He wanted to play with Drake. He know what the hell he was doing. And think about it. Miami and Atlanta is nowhere apart. And think about the summer weather. He used to that Florida heat. Yeah, it get cold in Atlanta sometimes. And think about this too. He gets to play in a dome stadium. And he plays better in dome stadium. We see him play University of Alabama, tore Georgia apart twice. Last year with the Dolphins against the Falcons, tore the Falcons apart. So it's a lot goes into him wanting to come here. But I'm not gonna hold it. Chris, go ahead. My bad.
Shoot, no. Think about it, bro. I mean, shoot, Mercedes-Benz Stadium is not just any dome. It's Mercedes-Benz, a place that he's had success. He's beat us as the Falcons. He's beat the Bulldogs in the stadium. I mean, regardless, it's kind of like almost like home field advantage, what it feels like. I agree with the whole thing with, he could have went to Arizona. I'm not sure exactly what their plan is for, moving forward. Jets, all those different teams, but they're just not the Falcons. The Falcons have the better offensive line than all those teams you just named. The Falcons have Bijan, Drake, Kyle for right as well, and just all around the better defense. Now we can argue the rankings of the season, but when you just think about the 57 sacks and the potential of where this defense can go, overall, it's just like it's really like one of those things where it's a ready-made team and you can just come in, and as long as you can be a competent quarterback and not turn the ball over, make smart decisions, win the game within the game as far as like with your progressions and moving the ball up and down the field, hey, it's a chance you can do something with that. So,
right.
So again, I feel what you're saying about, cut the ish for real. Because who else? I mean, we was the best option, I feel. And then you think about this as well, too, with his contract. This is something that you couldn't do with Kyler Murray, because Kyler Murray, you can't even franchise him. If he balls out this year, he has the opportunity to still either garnish another contract, either from the Vikings, or he can just go wherever he wants to go. If things work out with Tua, the Falcons could kind of franchise him. You have that flexibility and that option if you want to, too. I mean, and it's just hard to get in front of and to get ahead of yourself and see where he's going to be at the end of this year. But right now, I believe the Falcons were the best option for Tua. Also, think about location, Miami to the Georgia. That is, it's definitely a shorter distance than going all the way to the Jets, Arizona, and all that good stuff like that. then, like I said, last thing, he may have businesses or whatnot down in Miami as well. So it's a shorter distance coming from Georgia, getting to a business or getting to some property or whatnot to Miami and Florida than it would be from any of those other locations.
Agreed, man. Too, you got to think too. He went to school at Alabama.
Hello?
This is right next door to Alabama. So who knows what kind of business he has there. So I mean, we'll see how it turns out. But I just know that it's the reason why he chose Atlanta is not what people think. But Kendrick, what's up, my guy? Tim said, I'd like to sign the Ian Cunningham is doing the Atlanta Falcon rise up. And Raymond, he brought the donuts and the coffee, man. What's good?
Oh, yeah.
But if y'all didn't know what he's talking about, we signed another running back today, Tyler Goodson, former of the Indianapolis Colts. He's played 33 games in the NFL, and he was one of Iowa's best running backs a couple of years ago. He went undrafted, picked up by the Packers, stayed on their practice squad in 2022. 2023, he goes to Indianapolis, signs a contract, stays there for 3 years. And now, to me, I feel like this is just a depth move. Them probably getting another third down back or, a special teams guy because he plays special teams as well. So it could be either or. So it's just a utility guy, if you want me to just keep it real, because I'm telling you, the contract probably was probably a bag of chips and a Dasani water. Real cheap. Real cheap.
At least give me a Saratoga. My gosh.
It's cheap. But look, when you're broke, you got to be cheap. Let's keep it real.
Man. But
let's keep it real. Go ahead.
I like that signing, though. It's another guy that can, be more so of a change of pace. He can do different things, just like you said about special teams. You're going to have to have that variety. You're going to have that optionality. So I like the signing. And honestly, if he gets out in the open field, I was looking at some highlights of him and whatnot, just familiarizing myself with the player. And, hey, you get him in open field, hey, man, he can go. So it's like one of those things to where it's like he doesn't seem like he's the fastest guy, but when he gets in the open field, he just pulls away from guys. So, again, that's more football speed. And, again, I like the signing. And it also indicates to me, Smitty, that Mike Washington Jr. may be out of play now. Oh, definitely. With this move, when you already had Nathan Carter on the roster, oh, yeah, he's definitely out of play now. And I guess they thought they heard what I said. Say, man, let's go sign a running back. Because Smitty said, checking out that video, huh? Video.
Yeah, let me quiet this down right quick. Go ahead.
No, but seriously, I mean, at the end of the day, we're looking at it. It just wouldn't have sent again the right signal. That was my whole thing. I'm like,
agreed.
You have to running back when you got like the best running back in football. I'm like, it just don't send a good sign. I don't care like what's the intention, because again, we've already seen at the quarterback position on how a certain quarterback felt when a certain quarterback was drafted. And you see how that thing went and played about. I'm not saying Bijan is anything like that particular quarterback. Anything. But all I'm saying is, why even take the risk of even putting yourself in that situation to even see if that side of him can even come out?
That side on anybody, they feel like they're being mistreated. That can happen to anybody. Let's keep it right. But Ms. Carey, she said, did you guys see the Dolphins fan reaction to Tua's press conference? They did not like it, especially him saying it was a unique experience in Miami. And see what they got to understand, man. Look, what they got to understand is nothing against them fans, man. But what they really got to understand is he's looking at the whole situation as far as the front office, as far as the coaching, as far as the teammates. Just look how many teammates he lost over the last 2-3 years. Yeah, he still had Tariq, but Tariq was throwing him under the bus. The head coach, Mike McDaniel, was really the only one standing behind him because the front office did not want to pay him. Mike McDaniel is the reason why he got paid in Miami. And really, did they have another option than to pay him the contract? So he's looking at the perspective as, I wouldn't say I'm glad I'm gone, but I would say, I feel like I could have been treated a little better in Miami. That's how I took it. Well, and I get it. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, I get it too. But they did. My thing is, he did have an offense that was completely, formulated for him. It was his offense. It was his style, his type of receivers, all that good stuff like that. And there's going to be a shift in Atlanta, He even talked about it that, they're talking with Kevin and talking with Tommy Reese and Kevin Stefanski, but talking with those guys, this offense is going to be different than what he's used to, different motions, different check downs.
Yeah, but he did that last year. You remember the game in Miami? Weren't we talking about that? About the motion, about the quick throws and all that. He was doing that in Atlanta last year when they blowed us out. So I just feel like it really ain't gonna be no change. It's just him learning the language of the whole thing, again with the coaches and learn how they want to run it. Because I'm gonna be real, a lot of the things that we're gonna run here that Tommy Reese is probably gonna try to implement is a lot of the things he ran in Alabama, which Tua is used to. So that's probably how he's gonna get him acclimated to the offense.
Well, we'll see, man. It could be some of that. I honestly think it's going to be one of those offenses too, though, that you're going to do things to match the quarterback's strengths, but at the same time, it's going to be some things that you want your quarterback to execute because you want that in your offense. So again, it's going to be some things that Tua is going to have to learn, and it's going to have to be some things that Michael Penix, we're going to have to see if he can do. So it's going to be interesting, but the main thing is competition, and competition is a good thing because it brings out the best.
Yeah. And a third quarterback, which I told you they were probably going to do anyway. And now they have to pay 4 quarterbacks, which I have no problem. But you add another quarterback to that room. I mean, that's just something that you got to do because you got to be prepared for whatever comes, no matter what they may be. But Q said a healthy Tua is a game changer. Absolutely, 200%. Yeah. It's a game changer.
Definitely, man. Nothing like a healthy quarterback, man. Healthy quarterback, healthy offensive line, healthy team. But Tua is a game changer. You think about before he got paid, all the things that Tua was able to do. It was a unique experience for him. Man. Honestly, I didn't even think that Tua was going to come in and start doing some of the things that he was doing. But hey, man, accurate thrower, anticipation is there. And so now I feel like Michael Penix has the better arm. And what I say by that is like power is like a cannon. Like Michael Penix can get in the field. I know he can. You give him time. I feel like in that degree, he has a better arm than Tua. But right now, I have to admit, I do think if we're talking about accuracy, I got to give it to Tua. Right now. So at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to who can execute the offense the best, make the throws. Hey, even maybe even make some plays that may not be necessarily as traditional, but you had to think on the fly. And, so you was able to get it done.
Right. Miss Carey said, and she makes a great point. She said, I feel like Tua had $200 million to be appreciative of his time with the Dolphins. Felt like he has a very good wide receiver 1 and 2, running back 1, and head coach. Jed didn't have a good offensive line. That's true because he had Tyreek, he had Jalen, he had a chain. He even had the Gordon kid came out of Oklahoma State, Ollie Gordon. And Mike McDaniel was, to me, the perfect coach for him because his wide open style of play. So I think if Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Reese can adjust to what he likes, I think it benefits Kyle as well because, like I told y'all, Tua likes quick throws, get the ball out, 3 to 5 step drops. Kyle he's excellent with that short area, and we just haven't used him properly. So we'll see how that turns out. But let's get back to this question, and then we'll keep going. Okay. Teddy Bear said reshaping the running back room because we definitely going to shed the non-NFL talent off this roster. That's absolutely true. Yeah. And that's something that you got to do, and that's painful sometimes, but that's a must to win a championship. You got to lose the dead weight. Q said, I'm excited that some know each other, that he reached out, shows a great teammate, already a leader. And that's a good thing that they had everything in place because they didn't want that shit to happen like it did last year, losing that 5th round pick because of Kirk Cousins' mouth. So if he doesn't even talk about that, we still have a draft pick, and he possibly still here. But, it was doomed from the jump because he felt disrespected and he let it be known at certain points during his tenure here, he can fix it up any way he wants. But once you go up to that front office and demand a trade or talk to them, tell them about trading you, you already know let your teammates down.
Holmes went over the chain of command, said, "I need to talk to the owner. Owner, please, I need this right here for you." It's just like that was just wild, man. It was honestly, that's just something I never want to go through again with any kind of quarterback, man. But again, you live and you learn, hopefully, so you don't repeat yourself. So
right.
Let's get back to it.
Let's knock this next question down.
All right, we'll go to Josh Kendall.
Hey, Tua, Josh Kendall with The Athletic. Nice to meet you. You've mentioned a couple of times, I feel like, looking for a fresh start, for a bounce back. Maybe that's not exactly your words. What happened from your diagnosis last year that you want to bounce back from, or last?
And y'all know what he talking about. He talking about concussions. Let's keep it real. But he gonna dodge the hell out of this question, but he answered it just like he was supposed to. But let's keep it
2
going.
years, maybe.
If you're looking at last year, my play wasn't up to the standard of the way I've been playing football the past 3 years since the new contract. So just got to play better football. That's what that really means. There's no other way to sugarcoat that or go around that.
Yeah, let's go to the next question.
That's accountability right there, though. Knowing you ain't played well. Hey, Jake from State Farm.
Yeah. And Jake gonna get a nigga wrote up.
Right.
Let me go and play that part out. Let me go and play that part on that. But go ahead.
Yeah, nah, but that's accountability, man. You want to hear that, somebody being accountable that, hey, I just didn't play up to par and haven't been playing up to par because he said, but before the contract, I haven't been playing up to my, standard that I was playing beforehand. And, I just got to play better football. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No way around it. I ain't gonna lie. I like hearing that.
Yeah. Let's get back to it right quick, man. We got it. We got this straightened out.
Yeah. I can't hear nothing. Oh, is it on the screen? What you doing? Tagovailoa.
My bad, man. Trying to do 3 things at once.
No other way to sugarcoat that or go around that.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Okay, Daniel Flick from AJC.
When nephew get back?
Yeah, I guess kind of on that note too, just how much of a drive do you feel to kind of prove that you still have it in you after the way the last few years have been for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say more so last year has been the biggest setback that I felt wasn't up to par of what the standard of play should have been. Injuries happen. Those are things that we can't control as football players.
Yep.
But outside of that, the drive is there. I just think of the 12-year-old self, the 14-year-old self, 13-year-old self. What would that Tua say to the Tua now? I mean, it's a blessing for me to be in this position and this opportunity that I have to be able to play for, the Falcons and whatnot. But to be able to still live out my dream, that's not something that I take for granted. So, Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, that's a good answer to that. And shout out to Daniel Flick, man, big supporter of the show. I didn't even know he was back.
Yeah,
But I got to call
yeah.
him. I got to call him.
Shoot, ever since D-Led retired, ever since D-Led retired, Daniel Flick has been over there, you know, just kind of filling in. He said when someone asked him, you know, is he back? He was like, you know, I'm kind of just filling in right now. So I don't know if it's going to be permanent or what, but right now, yeah, he's working with the AJC. So
well, he got the inside because he been working with the Falcons for the last 3 years, I think. So he got the inside to it. So I mean, let's pray nephew get that job, man, because he's a hard worker, man. He just finished school, so yeah, he's doing his thing, man. But Q said he just wanted a fresh start. Elsewhere time Miami was over. I definitely agree with that 200%. Shout out to our boy, Let's Get It GA, man. Please go check him out on YouTube. He's doing his thing on that Madden and that NBA 2K, and he has a gaming channel. So go check it out. But go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, man. No, just like you said, man, good response to it. Overall, like I said, I like the fact that he is being accountable. And I know he did say it's a unique situation down there. It was funny. Because they were trying to get something out of him, like, you know, a little bit more, like, you know, unique in what way?
What happened? Yeah, what happened?
Unique in what ways? And they like a lot of ways. They just started laughing. And I was just like, man, so one thing about it, you can see that Tua, he is a guy that he can be an open book if he wants to, but if he's ready to shut down, he's gonna shut it down.
Yeah. And part of what he was talking about, not up to standard, you got to remember this guy won national championships in college. He won football in college. You get to the NFL and don't win as many games, you got to learn how to do that over again at a higher level. So maybe moving on to Atlanta, to him, it's a higher level. Not as far as always with teammates, but just as far as front office. Like I told y'all, if the front office is trash, they're going to show on the field. Look at Miami. They spent all of that money about 3 to 4 years ago, and now they done dismantled their team. They done traded away everybody. They gonna play, to me, with a lot of second and third string. They looking to go for the number one spot. Let's keep it real. So maybe that's what he was talking about unique. I mean, you can interpret it in many ways. It's just not always got to be negative.
So many different ways. Yeah, but I think he had good times there, man. I do still think he had good times, but the last couple of years, it just things weren't going the way it is. You remember he was calling out teammates, and man, it was a bad situation down there in Miami. But a lot of people, the Dolphins fans, they were saying that it was more so the front office than the coach and the quarterback necessarily. But of course, you know, everybody is gone now and doing their own different things, getting fresh starts, different places. So, you know, we're going to see about what Tua can do and bring to the Falcons. You know, that's what the only thing I care about now anyway.
And RJ keep dropping these damn tweets, man. RJ be on it, boy. Shout out to RJ, man. We can take one more question, then we'll go to the last topic and close it out. Let's listen to one more question.
All right, Allison from WSB.
Hey, Tua. When we talk about, you know, quarterbacks coming in, you are considered now the most veteran quarterback in this room right now. So I wanted to know kind of how do you see that? Do you see yourself kind of as a mentor coming in, or because you are competing for that starting role, it's just all business? I mean, how can you maybe even help Michael?
Well, I look at myself when I was a rookie, and I was very grateful for the chance that I had with someone like Ryan Fitzpatrick. And for me, I think this is actually going to be my second year being what you would deem veteran of the room. Last year was actually my first year being the oldest in the room. With Quinn and Zach. So this being my second year, I think whatever I can do to help Mike's game will help me, because if I'm helping getting him better, it's helping me get better, vice versa, within helping the team get better. So I'm not looking at it as just okay, you do your thing. I'm a competitor. I'm going to compete over here. Everyone has to pull their own weight with this, and it's
Agreed.
it's the collection of what's best for the team, not just the individual. So I'm going to do all that I can to help him in whatever he needs with his game. And, by doing that, I hope it enhances his game to enhance mine and vice versa. And we keep growing and battling together in that sense.
And that's what you like to see, man. That lets you know that, he touched on so many things with that one question. You talk about, yeah, not only that, you talking about being a leader, guide these young players, not only Michael Penix, but every young player in that locker room. And as I told y'all before, he said something that Kirk Cousins said also, but we didn't see Kirk Cousins being that leader, being that teammate that he needed to be to Mike Penix. Yeah, we saw it on camera, but behind the scenes, you could tell on the field of play it wasn't going on. Because if it had, I think he'll be much further in his development. So with Tua being able to be in that role for a second straight year, I think that's good for Penix. And also Trevor Siemian, who's been around 8-9 years. No, he's been around.
I say no, it's longer than
11 years. He's been around 11 years.
Yeah, remember he was on the Super Bowls when they won the Super Bowl.
Right. So so you think about it, man. Trevor Siemian, like he said, Ryan Fitzpatrick helped him, so now he can return the favor to Penix. And Trevor Siemian coming in, being a veteran, he's been all these years. He can learn, he can learn from him as well. So all of this benefits Michael Penix. So if Michael Penix comes back, he's successful. We know why. If Tua is doing his thing, Penix doesn't hit the field, we still know why. And it's nothing against Penix, but let's keep it real. Like we told y'all, they didn't draft him. They got to do what's best for this team at this point. And it could still be Penix. It could still be Tua. Yeah, who knows? It could be Siemian. But hey, I'm just saying.
No, I don't think it's gonna be Siemian.
But I'm just saying that we don't know. That's all I'm saying, because they got to do what's best for the team.
Nah, I feel you. It better not be Siemian. But yeah, I'm just gonna give it real with you. If we run trotting out there with Trevor Siemian, he better than Michael and Tua. We is up ish creek, okay? I'm talking about, but
I mean, we on our last leg, but go ahead.
No, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm good on that. But you think about it though, just the potential, just period, man. Also I know that Tua did express in it, talking about mentoring Michael Penix. But one thing that I heard later on into it, it stuck out to me because we already knew this, but it takes a quarterback sometimes. Yeah, it takes a quarterback sometimes to say it, and then people will be like, "Oh yeah." So we've talked about like how you have a quarterback who's throwing lefty and a quarterback who's throwing right.
Agreed.
You have people dropping passes because the ball is coming out. Now, wide receivers, they're going to be professional, most of them, and they'll be like, "Hey, I got to catch that," and that is true. But I love the fact that Tua had a moment when he broke that down. He even said, yes, the wide receivers are going to admit, or are not going to admit, should I say?
Not going to admit.
Yeah, they're not going to admit it. They're going to be the professionals. They're going to say, I should have caught that. I can make that catch. And that is true to a degree, but he also said that's BS. The ball is coming out differently. And we talked about that too, with the spiral, with the positioning of the pass and everything. It's going to be different. There is a difference to it. So, and I love the fact that Tua talked about that and kind of broke that down. It was like, wide receivers can say whatever they want to say. There is a difference from having the spiral come out differently. So I'm glad that you have two left-handed quarterbacks on the team together. And regardless, the spiral is going to be the same unless Trevor Siemian is coming in. And again, if that's happening, we up Ish Creek anyway.
But yeah, I mean, he broke it down perfect. But Jay Black, thank you for the donation, my brother. Truly appreciate it. He said, rise up, Smitty and A1, keep the news and videos coming. That's what we try to do, man. Every single day. It's slow right now, but we still find things to talk about. Teddy Bell said, hopefully these words stick to the wall and it's not just lip serving to it's not beneficial. No, I don't think he's like that, man. I get what you're saying.
But yes, I was about to say you gotta hear him out though, because what we've been through.
Yeah.
We don't heard good talk like this. We don't see the smiles and all that good stuff. Not saying that Tua gave you a lot of smiles. I just feel like Tua just gave you Tua. You know what I'm saying? He gave you himself. He gave you the realness, and he's going to answer some questions. You know, he can answer it this way. He can answer it that way. Or if he just doesn't feel like sharing, he's going to let you know, yeah, I don't feel like sharing. That's private right there. Or he's going to kind of like, you know, jump around the question and whatnot. And it's just letting you know, hey, that question is not going to be answered. And, you know, I'm fine with that and whatnot. But I do respect that opinion, though, because just what we've been through, we've heard a lot of lip service. There's been a lot of guys popping out the lip. So it's just, and we don't get
it happens.
So that's fair. I feel like that's fair.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Big Q. He said he just showing love, man. Appreciate
you. Appreciate y'all as always.
Big Fish said Tua gonna be feeding Drake like all you can eat buffet. And Big Fish, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think Kyle Pitts benefits more than anybody because he can. To me, when you talk about stretching the field, I think Kyle Pitts' versatility is a little bit better than Drake. Drake just getting more targets. If they split targets, you will see how much of a difference Kyle Pitts is because of his 6'6" frame, 4.4 speed, and 83-inch wingspan. But it's no knock on Drake. I'm just saying, to me, when you're the biggest mismatch on the field, it's hard for anybody to cover. So if Tua know how to take advantage of that, like I feel like Penix should have, like Kirk should have, hell, like Zach Robinson should have. He should have game planned that way, but he didn't. And Kyle Pitts paid for it. And it's the same with Arthur Smith. So they didn't game plan. It's that's another story for another day. They just put it like
that. Man. Being a Falcons fan sometimes. Yep, I was about to say I give the 2 thumbs up and the stamp of approval on that one right there.
So I would say Tua didn't snitch on the Falcons doing it. Hey, absolutely.
Hey, man, that's what I'm saying. Already starting off right, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's see what happens on that first in-person press conference. So let's keep an eye out.
When as long as he don't say nothing about the damn trainer, we good.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. We in trouble if he walk in with a suit.
Right. Come in with your workout clothes on.
He come in with a suit, I'm be like, oh no. I'm joking.
Hey, Big Q, I'm saying Pitt's gonna be dangerous, man. If they game plan for him the right way, and think about it, Kansas City game plan for Kelsey. If he get whatever Kelsey gets his targets, man, he'll easily have 1,300 yards in the season. Because he's faster, he's taller, and longer wingspan. I don't know about the mentality. We still got to wait to see about that. But as far as athletic and gifted, yeah, he's there. But go ahead.
There's one. I was just about to say. There's a one last, pretty much last thing that I wanted to say about, and it was toward the end, like the very end, to where they was asking about health and mindset. Of course, they had to get those concussion talk in, but you got to ask those questions.
You got to.
It's about our football team, you know, so you got to ask those questions. And, you know, he pretty much tried to put those to bed and, you know, said that the Falcons, their training staff and medical staff went through all the procedures they need to go through, see all the things they need to see, because, of course, if he was unable to pass the physical, he wouldn't be a Falcon.
Yeah, see, that's illegal. What wasn't legal with Kirk Cousins? He turned on the train and said he was in the building talking to them. You can't talk to them while you're in the building. Everybody knows that.
Right.
Go ahead.
But the last thing I like the fact that when they asked him about the mindset part, and they were just like, does things change, you know, because you have the new set, the new scenery, the competition? Are you coming in like, hey, this is my starting job, or are you just coming in like, you know, kind of like, you know, just, hey, I'm a guy or whatnot? I'm paraphrasing because that's not exactly what they were saying. But my point is the mindset, where he said the mindset doesn't change. You either love competition or you don't.
Right.
And at the end, you're either going to rise to it or you're not. And at the end of the day, it's just you got to be a competitor. And if you're not a competitor, then this isn't the situation for you at all. Really, just being in a competitive sport. So he said his mindset isn't changing. He's going to come in. Yeah, he's going to mentor. He's going to help out. But at the same time, he does have a job that he can potentially win. So at the end of the day, I'm rooting for the best man to win. Do I have my favorites on guys who I'm rooting for? Of course I do. But at the end of the day, I'm rooting for the logo more so than all. So at the end of the day, whoever is trotting out there week one, or as a starter, at the end of the day, I want him to go out there and throw for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, and no picks every week. So it don't.
Facts.
At the end of the day.
Facts. But Dan said, "What's up, Dan?" He said this new wide receiver speed will benefit both Penix and Tua. Dotson and Zakia's speed, will help Penix's arm. Tua will mesh well with Pitts and Hoop. Drake will connect with both. Absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
But I told y'all we got to start some shit before we get off the air, like we always do, and y'all ain't gonna like it, but we gonna share it anyway. Man, what's up with these ads, man?
Hey man, hey Smitty, I think you got a pair of them, ain't you?
Myles Garrett, hell no. You tried it. You tried it. But you go to hell. Myles Garrett contract restructured, man. And a lot of people they saying they think Myles could get traded this offseason. And I think it's a possibility because they in a rebuild themselves. And if they can get 2 to 3 first round picks, or 2 at least, I think they're gonna make the deal. Because think about it. You talk about the best defensive player in the game right now. Right now, Myles Garrett. Yes. The Myles Garrett that signed a 4-year, $160 million contract. So what they've done, and it's right here in the writing,
on the set
they
get traded.
Right. 23 after 23 sacks, setting a new record. Crazy. But they said modified the language in his contract to push some of the payments into the future, which means he usually gets it on the 15th of the league year, which is the 25th, which was yesterday. But they agreed to push it to 7 days before the first game of the season, giving them time to make a deal. And the most interesting part about this is why they think it's going to lead to a trade. But before we get into that, I'm telling y'all, I will move heaven and earth to go get a pass rusher like this. Especially if we don't know what's going on with James Pierce. But I'm gonna let you answer y'all the chat. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Would y'all move heaven and earth to go get a Myles Garrett? I know I would. I don't know how I would make the deal, but I would find a way. What would you do, A1?
Oh man, that's tough. Okay, so before the contract change, the Browns were taking 7. Now the contract change, so it's gonna be 41. Yeah, that is definitely more manageable. Oh man, that's tough, bro. It's
but think about it too, Chris. Before you answer, one thing about this
30?
deal,
ain't he 30?
He's 30. But the thing about this deal, whoever they trade with, they could take on some of that cap space to make it the move just a little bit easy.
Oh, it wouldn't be us.
But go ahead.
I'm saying it would if it's based down to that. It ain't gonna be us. Not this year. Talking about some cap space. Man, listen, bro, I would love to have Myles Garrett. Okay, let's just keep it real. We know what he brings. That's a game wrecker. Imagine inserting a guy who can get 22, at least 20 plus sacks on his own inside of this defense. Just him getting after the quarterback, it's going to be other guys that are going to trip, fall, flip into a sack just because he's on the field.
Facts.
But at the same time, you have to think about it. Is it going to be worth it? And with if Terry Fontenot was still here, I think I probably would be feeling even more so like Falcons may try to make a move on that. But because we got Ian Cunningham, and Ian is so values the draft pick so much, and he is a part of a foundation that and a part of an organization and everything in a room that traded away his best pass rusher just to get more draft picks. So I just see us necessarily getting rid of our draft picks to go get the pass rush. It'll just be ass backwards as far as what he's been, his philosophy that he's been preaching and been acting on too. I mean, he's been acting on it. You see, he's getting the complimentary picks and all for next year and moving different pieces around just to get those comp picks. Again, he wants the draft picks. He's serious about the draft picks. He's serious about building through the draft, retaining who you can retain, and going back and hitting the position again if you need to.
Agreed.
Yeah, man.
But see, the thing is, and I agree with you 100%. I don't think we'll put it out because of Ian and how he values draft picks. But I will say this. And then somebody else made a great point. This is another great point by Hewitt. We still don't even have a quarterback. So that more reason not to do it. Dan, these are the teams that he says, and I agree with that. And the thing with Myles Garrett is you got to think, man, with that contract, you're probably going to end up on a worse team that you already on, because all of the teams that are below the line with the higher cap space, those are the teams rebuilding. So you're going to be really pretty much stuck in the same spot unless you go to a Philadelphia, unless you go to a Dallas, unless you go to somebody like Buffalo or somebody like that. Just don't come to the NFC South. That's all I got to say. But right quick, they're going to show you how, from a standpoint on over the cap, as to why a deal would be easier after restructuring this contract. It says before the contract change, Browns would have taken $70.3 million dead cap space hit if they traded him before June 1st. But after June 1st, it could be spread over 2 seasons, sort of like what Kirk Cousins happened with Atlanta. It says $21 million this year and $48 next year. But pre-draft trade, it said would still have carried the full 70.3 charge, making a deal difficult. Now with the new language, Browns would take a $41 million dead cap hit if they traded Garrett before June 1st. After June 1st, it would only be 15.5 in 2026 and 25 and 27. Those are far more manageable figures, which is why a trade shouldn't be ruled out.
Agreed. I can agree with that. I just don't think it's going to be us. It wouldn't make any sense to the philosophy. It wouldn't make any sense to the cap space. It just wouldn't make any sense. I don't think that's a smart move to do that. I would love Myles Garrett again. Now, if there's any way that he could just get released and it's on some stuff like how we just got Tua, any deals that's for a primetime player that we can get that's going to be anywhere low, other teams are paying him, and we can just get him for the low, I'm with that type of move right now.
Yeah, only if it's like a Russell Wilson deal where they cut him and like we got Tua.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Miami cut him and we only had to pay the vet minimum. That's the only way we'll get Myles Garrett. But it was his fault for signing that contract. He just should have never done it. But D said, what's up, fella? Go ahead.
I said that money was looking too good.
I mean, look, but sometimes you got to sacrifice, man. Because we've seen other players such as Tom Brady, Aaron Donald, and these guys sacrifice to win those Super Bowls. And sometimes you got to do that. This is why Cincinnati might not get past where they are, because they got all their money tied up in the 3 players. It just happens. But D said, let me get that off the screen. D said, what up, fellas? I like the sound of Tua. This creates competition between him and Penix, and this will give Penix a fuel to elevate his game and continue to recover and compete at the highest level. I agree with that 100%. Let's see. Teddy said, hey, as long as he don't get traded to our division, that's what I said.
That's it.
Dan said Rams and Steelers can bite on Garrett as well. I give y'all another team. Team that just tried to trade for Max Crosby, the Ravens. I can see them jump back in. Hey, they were willing to give out them 2 first-round picks anyway. Why not going to do it? I mean, hey, you can find the cap space. Let's be real. You can find it. I could damn sure see the Steelers, though, because he's their type player. You talking about TJ Watt on one side, he on the other side. That would be a wrecking crew. You look, Steelers would be a Super Bowl contender just because of those two guys, and they don't even really have a quarterback.
My thing is, if the Rams do it, that is an overhaul.
It's over.
Think about
It's
what
over.
they just did. They just went
over.
and shored up their cornerback room, and they already got Jared Verse and Frisk and all them folks out there. Kobe Jones or whatnot. All them guys.
Kobe Young, Ryan Young,
Kobe
they
Young,
got
Ryan
all
Young,
those.
all them
They got
guys.
all those guys.
So it's just like, and you throw Myles Garrett into that. It's just like having pretty much just like having Aaron Donald all over again. And these guys are going to go and get after you, boy. I would not want him. No. Oh boy, go to the AFC or somewhere over there. Go to them Ravens and there.
Henry, what's up, my guy?
Henry.
What's up, family, Falcon family? Hope you're having a blessed one. Absolutely, Henry.
Yes.
We appreciate you as always, my guy.
Thank you.
I trade Pitts and Jesse for Myles Garrett. And am I crazy? Oh man, the thing about it,
Pitts and Jesse for Myles, huh? I don't think that the contract can be. I don't think it can be structured like that, could it? I don't know. I'm tripping.
I don't think they. Let me see. Jesse is at about his cap hit is about 24.
24.
And Kyle's is about. It'll be about the same because Kyle is about 15, 16, so it'll be in the 39, 40 range. So it'll be about the same money wise, but you still got to talk about compensation with picks. They still probably gonna want at least one first round pick. So I mean, it could work, but I mean, this ain't Madden, so I really can't give you a definite answer. But I think the money is close.
I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy because I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to make the money work. But I just honestly, I think that the Falcons may actually keep Jesse Bates around. I'm not sold that they'll. I'm more so that they won't extend him. They may just let him play the last year out. But I don't know if they'll necessarily trade Pitts and Bates to get Myles. That would be very interesting if Ian pulled that out. But like you just said, we still probably have to give up some kind of draft compensation, and that is the biggest problem more than anything else.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. If I'm Ian Cunningham, I'm extending Jesse Bates because
I wouldn't be mad at that
if he's at the right price. Now he got paid $16 million on this contract. But you look at going forward, he's a little older. His players dropped off just a little bit, and he's probably going to play like a dog this year because of his contract year. But if he comes back on like a $12 million deal, 2 years, $25 million or something like that, oh, I'm jumping on that all day, twice on Sundays. If he can get him to lower that contract number and push some of that money to the back of the contract, oh yeah, you do that and find cap space. Because I actually like what Watts and Bates do back there in the secondary because they make up for the problems we have at the number 2 corner with Mike Hughes. And we got to wait to see what's going to happen with Billy Bowman at that slot. So, yeah, I think they should extend Jesse Bates. But if they trade him, it'll probably be at the trade deadline because one, that cap hit won't be never probably half of what it is now. Probably be at around 10 million or something like that. So I could definitely see it at trade deadline, but after June 1st, nah. But at the deadline, absolutely, depending on where the Falcons are at that point.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you could possibly be like a piece away, and it's like, well, my goodness, man, we're right there. We wasn't expecting to be there, but hey, you could possibly do something like that. I'm trying to look at, and I was just trying to see and manage the money and see if the Falcons.
Falcons have about 15. They have about 13 in cap space right now, I think, somewhere in there.
11.6, I think, because you remember.
Okay, yeah, because they just signed Robinson, right?
Right, and now we just got Goodson. We're not sure about how much
minimum contract. So that's probably about, I say about 10. I say we'll be down about 10 million, and we still have about 3 to 4 to play with because I don't think the draft class is going to be number like 6 million or so, depending on if they trade back or not. So yeah, it depends. That's an easy question because Bates is the veteran back there, and we don't even know what kind of step Watts is going to take this year. if Watts takes a big step from last year, which he dominated last year, that's why I said you can see him trade at deadline. So they'll know for sure then. And they could bring in a safety through the draft. And they just brought in Sidney Brown, which a lot of us, we got that sign that Jesse Bates was probably going to be traded after that trade. But he's still the veteran on the team, still the leader. Okay. And since we lost Kate Ellis, that's another reason to keep him. But go ahead.
Nah, yeah, why keep Bates when you got Watts? It's just, for me, I'm not really ready to let Watts be back there by himself just yet. Maybe if Bowman had stayed healthy the entire season, I would feel differently. But I do think that Bates is still grooming Watts, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that that's a bad thing to keep him. But after doing some numbers here and calculations, the savings from Bates and Pitts would be over about $37 million. Cap for Myles Garrett is about 30.45. So Falcons would actually save like 6.5 million. Now you're still getting rid of 2 players for one. But if we're just talking
draft picks.
Yeah. I didn't. Of course, I'm just doing just straight money. I ain't even factoring in no draft picks. But Falcons would save $6.5 million of cap space if you was to get rid of both of those players and bring in Myles Garrett.
Yeah, and they rebuilding, but I don't see them bringing in no veterans like. Well, I can see them bringing Kyle, but Jesse, him being 30, 31 or however old he is.
Him and Myles Garrett around the same age. About
so I don't see them trading age or age. If anything, they're going to bring in somebody younger. And one player that I could see them, and I'm glad we're talking about safeties, because I actually got Caleb Downs going to Cleveland because of his versatility. Yeah, so.
And there's some safeties coming out, bro. Like, it's some safeties running like corners and wide receivers.
Yes.
Like,
they will knock your block off too.
You're right. That's what I'm thinking. You get them a full head of speed coming downhill and shooting the gap through the run game. Boom.
Henry, I got bad news for you, my guy. Nobody's going to trade for a defensive end and never touch the field. Only way you're going to unload him if you cut him. That's the only way.
Send him to the Browns too. Put him
for
in
what,
that mascot? Deal. All right, I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say.
I love Billy Bowman when he was balling while he was in there. He had some Honey Badger vibes going on. That's who he reminds me of.
Yeah, man.
He reminds me a little bit of Tyrann Mathieu.
No, he's a ball hawk as well, man. That's why I was happy that we went and got those guys. And I do think, and I had said it, and I know Billy Bowman had actually even had liked the tweet as well. I was like, man, Billy Bowman and Xavier Watts, them 2 guys of the future, they're gonna be terrorizing the NFC South for years. And you know what I'm saying? Billy actually liked it. The real Billy Bowman. I was like, oh, I'm coming up.
The crazy thing about it, man, Sidney Brown can play in the nickel too. So if they want to put him in the nickel and move Bowman back to safety, they can do that.
Right.
So I said, do we have to wait on Chris Beard to get healthy if he falls? Absolutely not. I think he's healthy already. I think he's close to getting back to where he needs to be, the Louisville wide receiver. I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Q said keep Jesse for the last year for Watts. Agreed, but at the trade deadline, we got to see where he is, because if he brings value at the deadline, you got to move him. Because if you're not going to sign him, you're just giving him away for nothing. Well, you can get draft picks going into next year.
Might can. Or a player, you never know. You may trade Jesse for a pass rusher or just something else that you may want.
A younger piece. Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
Trice will hopefully surprise all of us this season. I also believe JPJ will make it back this season. I
mean, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, man.
Especially on Trice, just because we haven't seen him at all.
Right. And JPJ, to me, at the least, he's gonna miss 10 games. At the least.
I'm thinking,
and it could be. You think how many?
6 to 8.
You know what? I think he's gonna miss more of that because Rashid Rice missed 8 games, and I just think what he did was a little bit more atrocious. That what they alleging him to be done. I'm not saying he did it. What they allegedly that he done, because when that major charge got dropped, it changed the ball game. So
I'm not gonna lie, it did.
That changed the whole ball game. Dan said the real Cunningham will be unleashed next year without cap space. And will activate the mind and the money stone.
There we go. But that's what I'm saying though. Like, I'm so happy about what he's done, because we've done this with pretty much a $10 bill, credit one credit card. Then you got over here got a Visa gift card over here,
right?
And then we even told Peter and Paul we owe both of them, so we can't even rob Peter to pay Paul because we owe.
Man, you ain't mine, but look, I'm telling you, they bust that piggy bank open, and got them quarters out of there. That's what they did.
That's what they did. Them quarters, them pennies that they don't even be
nickels and
printing
dimes.
We use them, and that's what I said. I can't wait to see now what you do when we get the big money.
Yeah. DBG 11, what's up, my guy?
What's happening, family?
Teddy said, hey, didn't they drop a charge? Yes, they dropped the charge on about the assaulting the officer. That was a 5-year charge in prison. So that was the major charge. And now they got to, see what they're going to do with the rest. And the thing about it, if they suspend it and push it back, he may get to play. Well, he still gets suspended, but he'll get to play at some point this year if they push it back, like they did Rashee Rice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they signed Tyler Goodson today, man. Y'all go check that out on my page. Did a quick short on it, so y'all can go check that out. Smitty, I say that because Jackie is making moves in Hollywood now, so JPJ might get a lesser penalty and hope they work it out. I am just being overly positive. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Jay Black. But the NFL just don't play about that stuff, man, because like we told y'all, man, look at what happened to Ray Rice. He never played in the NFL again. Never.
That boy Ron crazy. Said too bad we can't trade food stamps for Myles Garrett. I ain't gonna lie. I think the whole city of Atlanta at least put in something on that.
They'll give away them damn tax checks, them tax refunds to get Myles here.
I'll tell you. What
Henry said, with D offered, do you think they can convert? I mean, Henry, he already plays slot from the safety position. I saw it with my own eyes with the Eagles. He plays the slot as well.
Yeah.
So he's a versatile guy.
Yeah, he's more so like a nickel corner anyway, but he's also going to help out with special teams as well. So again, bringing in guys that can do multiple things, and we still got Mike Ford, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's
so he's a special teams guy, but he can play in the slot as well. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he can play in the slot as well. Jay Black said he got some target points. Man. Kendrick said, he's shopping at TJ Maxx.
Yes, sir, for the name brand.
Don't sleep on TJ Maxx. I done bought some polo shirts in there.
Hey man, you better go to TJ. We shopping at TJ Maxx, and then we didn't see what we wanted in there all the way. So we like, let's go check out Ross. Like, okay. And then we're gonna go to Marshall.
Oh boy, you out of control.
We just going from store to store.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I bought a couple of polo shirts out of TJ Maxx, $35. And polo, they $88. So you tell me where you gonna buy them from.
Hey, man.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't found some gyms in Marshall, so I was just like, what you doing?
Boy, who haven't? Who haven't?
Register.
Facts. I found a nice ass crocodile sweater in what that was, Ross. I think that thing regular $125. I got it for $27.
Yeah, you went back with the Carl Canard just now.
Hey, I don't care. It was clean and I'm old, so I don't care. He would say that is somewhat true. Rice's career ended because the video dropped. I honestly don't think if the video never came out, he would have kept playing. Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely, Huey. I'll say the same thing because remember, they were bigging him up still and they were behind him until that video dropped. Because remember, the news came out first. And then the video came out like days later after the Ravens were like, yeah, we're investigating, blah, 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 blah. and all that good stuff like that. But it still seemed like with the verbiage, they were still behind their running back. When that video dropped, the
everything.
backstroke that they were doing in the pool, boy, my goodness, they were trying to get about that.
Yeah, when they put that video evidence up there, ain't nothing you can do. That's why James Pierce Jr. better pray to God don't no more video evidence come out. That's probably what they trying to find, just pushing it back. That's probably what they trying to find, video evidence. But if they can't find it, then guess what? They can't.
Yeah, I mean, you can get some warrants and stuff like that drawn up to get like video footage seized and all that good stuff like that. For video evidence, you can do different things like that. But
right
at the end of the day, man, like I really hope everything works out for both parties involved, and of course for the football team that's involved. So it's just. That's a very important situation, but we're waiting. We're waiting to hear more. It's now March about to go into April.
Like I said, that charge being dropped that kind of changed the game a little bit. He might still get suspended, but I mean, no jail time is what we need to see. And like I said, man, y'all got to think too. I mean, I pray for Rakia Jackson. I do. But she played her part in this. He played his part. So y'all got to think his mental is just as bad as hers right now. Don't nobody ever think about, what he's going through. Trust me, he having it hard too. He is. Even though people might not think about it, he's having it hard mentally too. But Tony Wright says, anyone heard the status of unrestricted free agent D'Angelo Malone so far checking around the league? I don't see him sign with another team. Nope.
Yet.
We'll see what happens, but if he gets signed, it'll probably be a preseason thing because he's not a big name. Now, if he's a good special teams player, so he could end up back here. So, that's what I'm saying, Tony. Yeah, he could end up back here.
Man, I'd bring him back in. Why not? I mean, it's not going to cost you much at all.
Nope.
Sure. Yeah,
he's fast. He's versatile. I mean, look.
You already don't lost Abracady. I mean, Abracady, he's going to Philly.
Yeah.
So. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think you can have enough pass rushers.
No, absolutely not.
And you can try them out.
Yeah. DBG Levis say, according to Adam Schefter, Bijan and Stitches on the way this offseason. It better be. It better be. Like I said, they better jump out in front of Jahmyr Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor. Because I'm telling you, if any one of them guys get a contract, it's over with. Now, what might be Jonathan Taylor's saving grace? He's a little bit older, so he might end up under Saquon Barkley. But Jahmyr Gibbs, he going well over 20. Well over 20.
Well over.
Dre Murphy, what's good, man? What's good?
What's good, Dre?
See, I agree with you, Smitty, on the Drake London take. I would trade him too, maybe go for wide receiver branch in the draft. Yeah, they've been at Georgia for the last 2 weeks, so they looking at somebody up there hard. I don't know if it's him, Christian Miller, or the cornerback, Dylan Everett. Yeah, so we'll see.
Could be somebody in the late range too, man. You never know. It just you got Branch, but I mean you also got other guys too. I mean, you never know. Could be Delt. Could be looking at Oscar Delt.
Yeah, could be looking at him a day 3 pick. I mean, you just never know. But Dan, I mean, he gonna chill out. I mean, ain't that we can do. He a grown man at this point, 25 years old. He gonna have to learn the hard way. One thing about him, he always on social media because he on TikTok like a motherfucker.
Man.
But
man.
Go ahead.
Now I was just about to say, I will play a little devil's advocate. Like he does need to chill out because he is even a higher profile, in person now, and you're representing your team and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure he's already been reached out to and all that stuff. But to a degree, I'm not really mad at Kobe because he talking about people putting holes in the wall and stuff in the Airbnb and all this stuff costing me money, all that good stuff like that. It's just like, hold on though, man. I do understand that.
Yeah, because he got to spend that money to replace that stuff, so I get it.
Yeah, I did get that part, but the whole thing about, about slapping people and everything, like, I mean, that was just wild. Just like, well, Kobe, you can't do that. You know, you can't even really say that because of who you are now. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was standing next to him and if I would have said it, it'd be like, oh, okay, well, who's that guy next to Kobe Bryant? You know what I'm saying? That's what it would have been. It wouldn't have been anything about it. But that's why it's getting blown up because of what he said and what he's saying and all that stuff like that. It just blown out of proportion. But I just want him to stay out of trouble, keep himself out of trouble. Hopefully he has those people around him that's just gonna, keep their arm around him and whatnot. But ultimately, yes, man, we can't afford any of our guys getting in trouble. We love a little mean streak. I do think it'll be good for the Falcons, but ultimately, use it on the field, and try your best to stay out of trouble off the field. Just try your best.
Facts. Tony Wright's unexpected brother tries to return to his collegiate form, now being 2 years removed from injury. We just still don't know what's going to happen with that, man. I pray he comes back. But so he's been on YouTube partying. He might want to chill.
That streaming stuff, man. Yeah.
You got to
about it.
Go ahead.
I was just about to say, because you think about it, and it doesn't mean even if he does get a contract like this, he's going to stop streaming. It doesn't mean that. But I'm just saying, like, you think about his contract to somebody like, even Mike Hughes. I was going to say AJ Terrell at first, but even Mike Hughes.
Right.
It's just like, I'm doing my thing. I'm still grinding. Yeah, I'm a football player, but I'm still grinding the best way I possibly can. But all these other jokers with the Airbnb and everybody playing around and stuff like that, you just gotta be careful of the company that you keep around you. Not everybody is successful.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of young people gotta learn. Don't expect much this year or next year. With as bad as our division is, always a chance we get on our way. Division is wide open. Hopefully we can take care of our business. Tough schedule. Yeah, it's a tough schedule, but think about it, it's still one of the worst ones in the league. And that's the crazy part. I think they still, below 500, if I'm not mistaken, or right at 500. So we still have a chance because our own division, we were tied for the division last year. Everybody had a losing record.
Crazy. We got tied for first at the end of the year. Oh, boy. Boy.
No, I don't think that had nothing to do with the head coach. How they just had their mind made up. Matt Ryan is the football president. He's a quarterback, so he went and got an offensive guy. Just that simple.
I mean, they already have those schedules already kind of pre-made anyway. Right. Like
they've been made since last year.
Yeah,
so,
It just got to put the dates in place and the actual teams on where he was going to play. But we were going to play the AFC North no matter who we hired, no matter who was here. If Raheem was still here, we was going to be doing that. There's no, it doesn't dictate like that. They already kind of pre-planned these things about what conference you're going to play and all that good stuff like that. So it was just so happened this year we're up to play the whole AFC North. So it's just happening.
That's going to be tough. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati. Woo, that's a tough division. Who's the other division we play this year?
We have the NFC West this year? No,
we had NFC West last year.
I think it might have. Is it the North? I can't remember right now. I'm sorry, but still, I know it's true. Regardless, it's gonna be tough, and we gotta be on point. We gotta be on point for it.
It might be the NFC North because I think we played the Bears and the Vikings again. So we played the Vikings last year, but I think we played the Bears and the Vikings this year. So yeah, it might be the NFC North.
They always trying to put us against somebody we used to playing.
Yeah, but you got. I mean, look, that's the only way you're gonna grow. You got to play them tough teams.
Let's see. I got you right here.
Yeah, he said Dan said NFC North, I believe. So yeah.
Yeah, because we got at home, we got the Panthers. Well, of course, you know the division games, but yep, we got the Bears, Lions at home, Ravens at home,
NFC North.
Yep, yeah. Bengals at home, but we got the 49ers at home too. So we're going to see Raheem Morris this year.
Okay, so the offset team going to be the 49ers from the NFC West.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then you remember you got the Kansas City Chiefs coming over too. That's another one. That's going to be another home game. And then away games, you got Commanders. So seeing them again. You got Steelers, Browns, Vikings, Packers, and of course the division games.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. But like I said,
got more home games.
We still got
We still got to win our team right now. It just all depends on how the quarterback position play out. If the quarterback position play out well, we'll be fine. I'm not scared to play anybody. Keep it real with you. Because when you got Bijan Robinson and you got a defense that played the way they did last year with 57 sacks, and don't get me wrong, James Pierce was a big part of that. But they've added Azeez Ojulari and, other pieces. So I feel like they can still, get to where they were. Close to it. I say they can still get to at least 45, 46.
And to your point about when you was talking about it's a tough schedule, but it is one of the worst schedules still too. To cater to that point and add more context, out of the teams that we play, only 6 of those teams had an above 500 record. But get this, only like I just said, about one second, make sure I'm correct. So 4 of those teams out of the 6, 4 out of the 6 teams were only barely over 500.
See what I mean? And
so
a lot of them rebuilding.
So one game.
Yeah, so they rebuilding. Because think about it, Cincinnati, they fell out because Burrow got hurt, but they gonna be tough anyway. The Ravens, they retooled like you know what, and they gonna be tough anyway. The Steelers always tough. The Browns, just because of Myles Garrett, you got to be scared of them because they want them team they'll beat you on any given Sunday just because. NFC North, that whole division was tough last year, but at the same time, Kyler Murray coming to the division, they got to build around him. Detroit, they lost a lot. They lost another coach. They fell off last year. Green Bay, they tough all the time, but let's be real. Jordan Love took a step back last year. So, that division, man, woo.
Kept getting hurt too.
Yeah, so, hey, Vincent, thank you for the donation, my brother. He said, how y'all feel about Wednesday night games this season? That suck. Just keep it real with you. It suck. It's already bad enough. They giving from Sunday to Thursday, which is only 4 days for rest. If you play a Wednesday game, it's gonna have to be it's really gonna have to be after a bye week. And I think it's gonna be like Thanksgiving and things and Black Friday and things like that. But at the same time, you gotta give these players a chance to rest. You cut them when you don't want to pay them no more, but you want them to put their health on the line, playing after 4 days rest. Make it make sense. So if y'all play Wednesday games, they're gonna have to be more Saturday games. It only makes sense. So if they're gonna do that, they're gonna have to flip it to where they play Saturday games too. They're just gonna have to.
That's gonna be something else right there. Yeah, we're gonna see how they do that, but it really does set the players up for failure if you're gonna be doing that on a consistent basis. Playing on Wednesday, then you're still gonna have a game on Thursday, and you just like my wrist and my body. And again, you talking about doing them after bye weeks. I mean, that would only make sense for that. But even still, it's going to trickle down to something to where you're going to have to sacrifice and compensate for something because you're just adding that day. You're taking a day of rest away. You're taking a day of practice away. Walkthroughs have to be earlier, everything. So, teams will have to adjust and find ways to adjust. Good luck.
Right. DBG say, I hope we drop 30 plus on Tampa. Show Zach how to run an offense. Well, I sure hope that would be nice. And I pray we won't get them first week 2 years in a row. If anything, we'll get the Saints or the Panthers or somebody. But we won't get the Bucks 2 years in a row. We lost our special teams and offensive play calling and coaching. We're ready to conquer the division and the league. We got depth on our side thanks to Cunningham. That's true. That's absolutely true. Keith No Sweat, last comment. Said, I wonder if Penny's going to have Tua like he had Kirk Cousins. Scared to admit he was hurt. Nah. Now, Tua, I really don't admit it. Injuries happen. It's a part of the game. All good, Keith. All good, man. But, I think Tua, he's not like that, man. He's straightforward and he don't cut no you know what. And he was very, very honest in that press conference. That's what I liked about it, man. He admitted that he didn't have his best season last year and he has to get better and competition going, help him be a better quarterback. And hopefully it'll make Penix be a better quarterback. So we'll see. But yeah, man. Keith, if you want to check out the show, man, go back and check the replay, man. We try to give y'all, best content we can. So please go check out, the replay. We finna get out of here. And A1, man, you know what to do.
Yeah, man. A1 Forever Sports, that's the platform on YouTube. Come over and like, comment, and subscribe. Be a part of the A1 family, man. And also Hawks Digest as well. Come over and be a part of the member of the Hawks Digest, man. Hawks are on fire right now, and we need to support them. So we need your support. So become a member of the Hawks Digest media family. Also, Twitter, A1 Forever. Instagram, A1 Forever. And the real A1 Forever on TikTok. Appreciate every last one of you people, every last one of you smiling faces. Even though we can't see you, we know you're smiling. Everything coming through, being a part of this, always sharing time with me and Smitty. We love doing this, and we love having you here, each and every last one of you. So appreciate you again. Oh, yeah. Positive energy always creates elevation. Make sure you find your peace.
You knew I was finna ask where the rest of that. You ain't finna get out of here. You ain't finna get out of here without this saying. Like Keith say, man, y'all hit that like button on A1 Forever. Also on Smitty Sports Machine, man. Because we like bringing y'all this content and these topics. But y'all know where to find me, man, on Twitter at FatBoySlim_21 and on Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube. I dropped a couple of shorts the last 3 days. Been a little under the weather, but I, toughed it out, brought y'all a live stream because we had to talk about Tua press conference. And again, pop-up show is gonna keep going. The draft is right around the corner, believe it or not. I'm going to try to drop a couple of more draft profiles going into the draft. And draft night, I'm trying to think if A1 get the time and I get the time, should we do a live and talk about the draft as it goes, even though we don't have a first round pick? Should we do that, or should we wait to the second round?
It'll be interesting, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and then before we get to that, let's not be rude. We're gonna have to give y'all at least one mock draft, at least one. We try to plan it. Scheduling not working out like we want, but we're gonna try to bring y'all at least one mock draft, at least one. And y'all, what we'll do, I'll tell you what we do. If we do a draft show, make sure y'all tune in, because after, I would say, the second and the third round pick, me and A1 pick the second and third round pick. The next 3 picks, we let y'all pick it. So we'll do it like that. We'll include y'all in the show. When we do the mock draft, we'll do the second and third round pick, and we'll let y'all do the 4th, 6th, and 7th round pick. Sound good?
Right. Sound good to me, man.
Scott Kennedy said something about a content creator meetup at Taco Mac. I mean, we working on something like that. I don't know nothing about it yet. But yeah, I've been hearing, content creator working behind the scenes. But if I know for sure, I will let y'all know. And of course, if me and Chris can get out there, we will. But we'll see about the meet and greet, because we love doing those, man. We've done we've done 2 over the last 3 years. So we love it, man. We just, for some reason, we need y'all to show up, because if y'all show up, the business thrives, and we get more recognition. But again, man, another great pop-up show. Appreciate it, DBG, man. He said he'll share the link for us. We appreciate it. And we'll holler at y'all soon, man, because it's chicken wing time. I'm sorry, I'm sick. It's chicken noodle soup time. God damn it. I hate to say that. But we gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace.
Peace.